Pope Leo has urged Russia and Ukraine to find the courage for direct talks in his Christmas address. It's at St. Peter's Square. Speaking on the balcony of St. Peter's in his first festive Urbi at Orbi blessing, Pope Leo said there was a need for sincere, direct and respectful discussions to find a solution to end the war. In an earlier Mass, he also remembered those in Gaza and displaced people around the world. We can speak now to journalist Alina Trabattoni in Rome. Alina, it's great to have you back on DW. Just tell us what stood out to you most in Pope Leo's first Christmas Orbi at Orbi message today.
Well, the fact that it was so direct, it brought us to these difficult areas around the world. It wasn't a Vatican communique type event. He brought us directly to Gaza, to the Ukraine, to Sudan, to Syria. It's as if, people were seeing the tents in Gaza and the checkpoints in the Ukraine as he was speaking. As he said, when the fragility of others penetrates our hearts and pain shatters our rigid certainties. But of course, the second unique thing, and I have to take us back to last night, to Christmas Eve, event, is something that he did that framed everything that was said and done today. Before the Mass, actually, not during the Mass, before the Mass, when there was no room for people to go into St. Peter's Square, and many, many crowds had formed outside in the square under the rain, in the cold, he actually went out with an umbrella and he went round telling pilgrims, thank you, courage. He spoke in English and in Italian. And so, today and yesterday, of course, was not a ceremony. It's an underlining of the real hardships pilgrims and the Catholics and the many unfortunate around the world suffer. He's not talking about problems in the abstract. He's talking about problems, physical, real problems.
And it sounds like you're saying that his words and his actions are sort of quite unusually direct. What impact does the Church hope that this is going to have?
Oh, well, that's a very good question. It's a very difficult answer to give, for sure. Many think that analysts and, Vatican experts think that Pope Leo is calling Catholic activists and believers to responsibility. Here's the point. He framed his call for peace differently from his predecessors. In actual fact, he's stepped away from what people have done in the past of asking governments to step in and find solutions. He's actually calling on believers, on activists to, pursue this mission for peace. It's a very concrete ask made to ordinary Catholics and, repeated over time. He seems to be aware that whilst the Catholic Church cannot immediately and in pole position put an end to conflict, for sure, a lot of the Catholic believers around the world will be able to contribute and will be able to ask for ceasefires, take in refugees. It gives them moral permission to pursue peace, to insist on peace without, having to question the rationale behind it.
Thanks a lot for your analysis today, Alina. That's journalist Alina Trabattoni speaking to us from Rome.